Well, Joshua Kimmich is one of those players that is really hesitating to put pen to paper, and teams like Arsenal have already gone ahead, obviously put their offers in to see to it that this player signs for the club of Arsenal or PSG. And guess what? There is a boost of Joshua Kimmich obviously joining Arsenal, and Arsenal is really closing in to signing their sporting director. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share if at all you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really here having fun. And let's continue to see to it that you guys subscribe hugely and see to it that we really hit the magic number that we are all looking at, to see to it that everything really moves on into the right way that we want it. Now, we are powered by St. Maria Goretti SS Katende. You know that very well. And it's a school that will turn your students' future into your it's a school that will fulfill the dream for your child, because they have gone ahead to really start onto the new syllabus. They're really so much on the new syllabus, especially for S1s, but even S2s, S3s, and S1s, S2s, and S3s, and S5s are really up for registration. So go ahead and call those numbers that you see there. You can as well go into the description box below and follow the link there that will take you to administration tab. They are located alongside Masaka Road. So that is St. Maria Goretti SS Katende. Now, we are really having a very huge talk coming in through from Max Elba, one of the top guys, all top officials at the side of Bayern Munich. And he came out and really said the following when he was asked whether the club can afford to let Kimmich go for free. He said, generally speaking, nobody is above the club. If a player decides differently, then he decides differently. Things will continue at Bayern Munich. That's what the man says, that even if he goes, things will continue at Bayern Munich as normal. He also added and said, there were great players here who were at Bayern Munich, but who eventually had to leave the club because they couldn't reach an agreement and their contracts ran out. Then life just went on. We are not at that point with Kimmich. That was speaking generally. So he's like, there are some slight hopes, but no player, is bigger than the club. And him putting out that, means that Bayern Munich is ready not to obviously dance to the tunes of this guy, and he's like, he can go. You understand? But they are still really holding negotiations with the player and his agency. So him coming out and saying that it's okay for him to leave if at all he cannot dance to the tunes of Bayern Munich is a message that has been sent to the fans of Arsenal that maybe this player might be your player next season. And remember, Andrea Beta, who is obviously gonna be becoming the sporting director for the club of Arsenal, is one of those that has gonna hate to be very well connected and respected in this business, and he might be already doing the work, because Fabrizio tells us that it's really more advanced and more close, because this guy has worked with several and different people. So that is what he's really talking about. That is Max Elba, one of the top officials at Bayern Munich. He also went ahead to say the following on Joshua Kimmich, that so he's this kind of person who is addressing his issues, and he's like, Joshua Kimmich is not as huge as he thinks. So if at all he thinks that it's high time for him to leave Bayern Munich, no one will obviously hesitate, provided he turns down the contract. But if at all he thinks that he can do some good job for the club of Bayern Munich, he can obviously put pen to paper, and the chance has been granted to him. So for Arsenal, as I told you last time, that it's a team that is really lacking experience, and experience should be key in everything that Arsenal should be looking at. And I don't want to see Arsenal signing like most of their players when they're really inexperienced. I think Arsenal should bring in experienced players when it comes to winning, especially the league trophies and so on and so forth. And I think that's what very many Arsenal fans should obviously be looking at. They shouldn't just obviously get excited when, they shouldn't just see to it that they shouldn't just get excited, you understand, as other people are really looking on. So I think for Arsenal, all they have to do is simple. They have to really keep pushing and promising a lot to the player. The demands of the player, I told you, around £330,000 a week. That's what he needs. But if you're getting a Joshua Kimmich with the quality that he has, free agent, 30 years of age, he's not an injury-prone player. Why don't he obviously pay off that amount of money and obviously give him a sign-on fee that he wants, and then get what we call the weekly wage to £330,000 a week? And for Bayern Munich, they don't want to obviously offer him that much, and it's almost the same amount of money that he's earning. And I don't know why Bayern Munich really don't want to do that. Looks like they want to obviously do what we call a going south on his weekly wage, something that his agent won't really allow, because he knows to it that the quality of Joshua Kimmich is out of this world. He's a versatile player, good at set pieces. His final ball or end product to the game is really great. He's really one of the best players that every team will obviously want. And even last summer, Arsenal was pushing to obviously get in this guy. So Joshua Kimmich coming through at Arsenal will leave very many questions on to whether Zubimendi will come in through, because he's that kind of player that can invert in the midfield very well. By the way, if we are to talk about inverting in the midfield and what this guy is obviously going to bring on the table, Arsenal might turn out to be one of those clubs that is really deadly when it comes to ball possession and having numbers in the midfield, because he can play all what you want. If you want him to play as an inverted right back, he can. If you want him to play as a traditional right back, leaning so much onto the touchline, Joshua Kimmich can give you that. So he's a wonderful player, and I tell you, every club in the world that has potential and money to lure him into their lineup or their squad next summer will obviously try to put a bid. I know Real Madrid would obviously want to have Joshua Kimmich. Barcelona would want, Man United would want, Chelsea would want, Arsenal would want, Liverpool would want, Bayern Munich would want, and very many others. Man City would want, PSG would want. Every club would obviously want to have this guy, and it shows you how special he is. And that's why people should obviously be looking at this as something very important, to see to it that all goes on well as planned. So Joshua Kimmich to Arsenal boost is there. Elba has come up and obviously spoken about this deal, and I know it might obviously turn out to be a trap for Arsenal and PSG to put in their offers such that Bayern Munich gets him what he wants. But all in all, he's a very good player. And remember that even Xavi had gone ahead to convince him to come to the club of Barcelona. So it shows you that the interest in those big clubs has been there for this youngster. So we are here to ask for your reactions into the comment section below about Joshua Kimmich to Arsenal boost. What are your thoughts about it? And please continue to subscribe, because we want to hit 25,000 subscribers onto this channel. So second video of the day, I think I'm going to be returning with the match day live. Lineups are really out, and we're obviously going to be knowing who is starting for Arsenal and who is not starting for the club of Arsenal. So we are here and waiting for your thoughts into the comment section below. But How many likes on this video? Let's see 100 likes. Smash on this video. We out.